Andy Burnham Bloodbath. His plans for government are a bit mind-boggling. The Red Wedding, where all your favourite characters were killed off. That's going to be what's happening with the Labour cabinet.
That man is a ticking time bomb.
The person who's going to be left standing, the one person from this entire bloodbath who will be standing next to Andy Burnham, you ain't going to believe who it is. Hello and welcome to a very special Daily Expresso with me, JJ Anisiobi, and Daily Express Associate Editor, James Walker. Walker, Andy Burnham is going to be our next Prime Minister, and we have another exclusive.
Yep.
All we do is bring exclusives on this show these days.
It's tiring.
Heavy hit after heavy hit after heavy hit.
My back is actually folding in half
Because you're
carrying
carrying
this place.
Yeah.
Honestly.
As DJ Khaled
As you
says,
can
another
tell,
one.
I was off yesterday, you can probably tell.
You can probably tell.
Yeah. Barely scraping 100. Anyway, whatever.
Andy Burnham Bloodbath. That is what is coming. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. His plans for government are a bit mind-boggling, a bit confusing. Do you remember that the TV show Game of Thrones and the Red Wedding, where all your favourite characters were killed off? That's going to be what's happening with the Labour cabinet. Only difference is most of you listening and watching don't like most of the Labour cabinet, so you're not going to care that these lot are being
David Lammy is Rob Stark.
But I'll tell you what. The person who's going to be left standing, the one person from this entire bloodbath who will be standing next to Andy Burnham, you ain't going to believe who it is. And I'll tell you about that later in the show. But let's start with probably the most well-known cabinet member, David Lammy. He's not necessarily the sharpest member of the cabinet.
He went to Harvard, JJ.
Oh, listen, mate.
He thinks Henry VII came after Henry VIII.
There you go.
The dude is a genius.
Oy, oy, oy. Well, he's currently Deputy Prime Minister, Lord Chancellor and Secretary of State of Justice, for Justice, sorry. David Lammy's going to get sacked.
He's definitely going to get demoted, right?
Uh-huh.
There is no way Andy Burnham's going to have him keeping all three of those jobs. The big sort of elephant in the room is that Labour's own deputy leader, Lucy Powell, is currently not in the cabinet. She's also a big fan and ally of Andy Burnham. She's also on the centre-left of the party. Mm-hmm. So, in a way, it'd be slightly odd if he doesn't promote her to DPM or into one of those posts like Lord Chancellor that Lammy currently holds. It would be very strange to keep him there, and also, frankly, I don't really think there's anyone who rates him particularly highly.
Yeah,
he doesn't command like a wing of the party. He's not super charismatic and he's not like one of those Corbyn figures where people rally around him.
Yeah,
he leads his own faction of the party. He's just kind of there.
I'm told that Burnham will be making a woman the deputy.
Yeah.
So,
well, they were telling the press a few weeks ago that Andy Burnham is the first female Labour Prime Minister, JJ.
They still don't know what a woman is. Good Lord, good grief.
A woman is a man from the north who goes on about gravy in Everton.
But gravy and chips, that is lovely, lovely bit. Rachel Reeves, sacked. That's an obvious one.
Yeah.
Chancellor of the Exchequer, bye-bye.
You can tell that she thinks she's doomed because she's doing these press interviews now where she's basically sending warnings to Andy Burnham. You can tell clearly that she's been told behind the scenes, you're not keeping your job.
Yeah.
There is no way you're keeping your job.
Yeah.
You've stuck a tax on employment as a Labour Chancellor. You're done. Right?
Yeah.
All the sort of winter fuel back and forth, the U-turns, every disaster of Keir Starmer's premiership, I would say, I'm not defending Starmer here, but I would say it could be laid more or less at her door, right? What the stuff going on in number 11 or not going on in number 11.
Mate, if England lose to Argentina tomorrow, we can't blame the players. You've got to blame the manager. Yeah. So in this case, you can't blame Reeves. The buck stops with Starmer, and that's why he has to go. He's got to go.
he is hugely indecisive, and he's obviously not great. But it's obvious she can't keep her position.
She can't.
She can't possibly keep her position. She's going on doing these sort of TV round interviews now, saying Andy's got to be ready. It's going to be tough when he gets in there. Almost sort of like she's left him a few grenades in the cupboard. Just been like, wait till you see this, mate. She's left a sort of stinking track record for him to take over, and I don't think he's going to keep her in post because markets are okay with her. They don't particularly like her. The party, no one again like Lammy. there's no wing of the party that particularly likes her or rates her.
True.
And then there was the whole CV gate. Do you remember that? Where she said that she worked from everywhere from sort of NASA to she's got records.
That's when she was dubbed Rachel from accounts.
Rachel from accounts. Yeah. Not very good at accounting if you looked at the current UK economic figures.
Now, our exclusive is that this bloodbath is happening, but we also have another exclusive within that we have been told who we think is going to be replacing Rachel Reeves.
So, there's been a lot of rumours that Ed Miliband is going to take over from Rachel Reeves.
Well, that would be suicide for the country.
Yes. So, there's a bunch of reasons why that isn't going to happen. This is the big story. There's a bunch of reasons why that's not going to happen. The unions backing Andy Burnham, who are going to be his power base and his prime financial donors, hate the man, right? If you work for someone like, I believe it's a GMB union, they do a lot of energy stuff up in around Scotland, Aberdeen, but elsewhere in the country, a lot of industrial stuff. If you have the net zero guy as Chancellor, what happens to industrial energy prices? Go through the roof. Then what happens to jobs in that sector? Down like that. So those unions don't want Ed Miliband anywhere near the chancellorship. They also don't, frankly, want him in his current post. So there's a good chance Ed Miliband might actually just be binned off altogether. I'm not sure Burnham will have the guts to go that far, but he's definitely not going to appoint him as chancellor. However,
who is Andy Burnham going to appoint as chancellor?
We are hearing rumours, JJ, that Pat McFadden is going to be appointed the next chancellor of Great Britain.
Pat McFadden, currently Secretary of State for Work and Pensions. This would be a promotion. I mean, listen, Department for Work and Pensions is a big department. I think they maybe have the most staff of any of the departments, but this would definitely feel like a promotion up to the top tier.
Oh yeah, he'd be a tippy top of government. And from what I hear from sources on Whitehall, he's actually quite highly rated. Even people who are maybe not naturally sympathetic to Labour. Obviously civil servants who can be professional and just do what they need to do. But loads of people on Whitehall, civil servants, other ministers, party people, they all rate Pat McFadden. He's a guy who gets stuff done. Maybe a little bit curmudgeonly in doing it, but he'll get stuff done. He can deliver. And markets, this is the important thing, JJ. Burnham, in his first couple of weeks, is going to have a nightmare keeping markets under control. Right? There's going to be a bunch of people in he's in Wall Street. He's in industry. Right? They're just going to be sat there on the trading floor waiting for him to say something stupid with their fingers hovering over. I assume they have like a button that shorts the market, like a big red button that just shorts the market. They're going to have their finger hovering over that thing, like waiting for the first time he goes, we're going to increase the minimum wage, bang.
That's it.
we're gonna increase this welfare, bang. Like, short the market. They're going to have their finger over the buzzer. And if he puts Pat McFadden in place, you can take that finger away for a minute.
Safe pair of hands.
Safe pair of hands. He's very anodyne. He's very pragmatic. He's very, very centre of the party.
Okay.
He's very managerial. I mean, it's not good for the country, I should say. Right. He's a very much, if you want managerial decline, he's basically the face of it, right? It's kind of a very boring, grumpy, curmudgeonly man with no particular beliefs. But he'll keep markets happy, which will keep Burnham buoyant for at least a few weeks.
Okay, let's move on to the Secretary of State for Defence that is currently Dan Jarvis.
Yes.
Under the radar, perhaps doesn't have the biggest profile amongst the mainstream public, but those in politics, those in Whitehall will know of him.
Yeah, he's the new guy who took over from John Healey after he resigned over the Defence Investment Plan, not being particularly good. Jarvis has just stepped in, and I mean, to be honest, if you're Burnham, you're not going to want to rock the boat. Right, you're not gonna bring back John Healey, right? Just to resign a second time, and cause more chaos. You're gonna need someone who's just kind of happy to take anything on the chin.
And Starmer's already given them defence a bigger budget.
Exactly. It's all kind of done and wrapped up now.
Yeah.
It's obviously no one's particularly happy with it from the defence sector. No one's happy at all. But for Burnham, you just want to kind of quietly move on, brush it under the rug. So he's not going to move Dan Jarvis. Do you know what else is safe?
What?
JJ?
What is safe?
You know. you are safe from spam emails and calls, and why is that?
I am. So listen, today's sponsor of this episode is Incogni. And I'm not just saying this because they're sponsoring the episode. I actually use Incogni. I have used them. My wife uses them. I was getting spam phone calls, spam emails, spam posted to my home address because some fools took my details and sold them to lots of people across the world. and I'm on different databases. So I went to Incogni. It takes 2 minutes, sign up, put my details in, and I sit back and do nothing. Incogni do it all. They remove me from all of these crazy databases. James, he's been getting emails about penis enlargement tablets, penis enlargement injections. Now, he says he didn't sign up for those things.
I didn't sign up. Well, that was me.
I believe you.
That wasn't me.
And if you didn't sign up for it, if you signed up to Incogni, I'll take you off those lists.
The email that said that you've renewed it, that was spam.
Well,
that was spam.
Yeah, well, if you didn't sign up to those things, Incogni can help you, James. But we will see. And guess what? There's a link down there in the little comment section, just above the comments. There's a link in there. Click that, and I will get you 60% off for a year's subscription to Incogni. I'm telling you guys, I found it completely worth it. My spam calls have stopped. The emails have stopped. We'll see if James's penis enlargement pills emails stop. I'm not so sure they're going to stop. But go down, click through the link, 60% off for a year. Yeah. You're welcome. Now,
thanks for that, mate.
You're welcome. Yeah. You're welcome.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Right, Yvette Cooper.
Yvette Cooper. Yes, I forgot about her, actually.
So I've been hearing stuff, JJ, and it's not good for her. Let's put it that way.
Ooh.
No one rates her whatsoever. Yvette Cooper is possibly the biggest name on the chopping block. She'll be one of the first.
She's our foreign secretary currently.
She's our foreign secretary currently. She used to be home secretary, did a pretty bad job of that, if you remember. That's when the whole boats crisis was going out of control before it was taken over by Shabana, who I think we'll talk about later.
We shall.
No one in Whitehall rates her. She takes, from what I've heard from sources, what sources have told me is she takes about 2 weeks to make a decision on anything. You could ask her, Yvette, what would you like for lunch today? Give it 2 weeks. You'll have your answer, right?
Digestives.
Spends about an hour of our lunch break in prep just looking at the sandwiches. Salmon or tuna? I'm not sure. Anyway, she's completely useless from what I've heard. She's the reason she's there is she's kind of seen as old guard. She's been in government before. She had a bit of experience, so let's get her in. She's a sort of major figure in the party, so we'll get her in a top job. It's not worked out well at all, JJ. It's worked out really, really badly. And it doesn't seem like there's any love lost, particularly between her and Annie Burnham. Mm-hmm. So, big tip I've had is she's going to be gone.
I think she's going to be moved. I think she's too big. She's one of these dinosaurs that is too big to get rid of. So she'll be moved to an easier role, a role where she can't do too much damage, a role that doesn't need her to be proactive and in the House of Commons doing big speeches all the time or doing the media rounds. I think she'll be safe, but I don't think she's going to stay on as a...
Something like DCMS, sort of, ribbon cuttings for new athletic tracks and that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Who else we got on the list, JJ? Who did we just talk about? Oh, it was Shabana Mahmood.
Shabana Mahmood?
So you've heard something on this, haven't you?
I've heard that Shabana Mahmood, she is, and this is another one of our exclusives, she is the one name that is safe and will be staying with her current portfolio. She is the Secretary of State for the Home Department. She is safe. However, there comes a caveat.
Right.
I'm told what Burnham wants from her. He likes what she's doing, and he likes that she appeals to some people who are centre and centre-right.
Yep.
But he wants her to tone down the language publicly. So it's this weird thing of, this is politics, right? This is pure politics. He wants her to not say as much as she's saying publicly, but still keep doing everything that she's doing behind closed doors. So stop the boats. Make it.
Send them back.
Right? Stop the boats. Make it a hostile environment for asylum seekers and illegal immigrants in this country. But don't say that we're making it a hostile environment for them. So yes, cut benefits for people who are here who aren't British. But don't tell people we're cutting benefits for those people. Which seems a backwards thing to do, but I'm told Shabana Mahmood is the one who's going to be standing there next to Burnham, safe as houses.
Well, as she should. I mean, she's not done a terrible job. Although I should say, on these migration numbers, I think there is some stuff that people are missing on those. Net migration is down under Shabana Mahmood, but people leaving the country has gone up, right? A lot of people fleeing for places like, we know people like, Dubai, America, Australia. It's a really popular one with our generation, right?
Yeah.
Loads of people going to Australia and being like, this country's cooked and it's miserable 90% of the year, apart from our great spelling the World Cup and an amazing summer. Right outside of that, they're a bit jealous at the minute, but generally they're like, yeah, it's much better life down here in Oz. And loads of people are fleeing the country to go to Spain, Oz, Dubai. And she's kind of benefited off the back of that. Actually, the number of people coming in is still really, really high. But anyway, she looks like a safe pair of hands to the general public, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are quite happy with the job she's doing, or there's certainly less pressure on Labour around the boats and migration at the minute. And like you say, it's a bit mad. It speaks to a certain cowardice of politicians, right? They don't feel like they can say it publicly. Like, yeah, we should just do this obviously sensible thing, right? We should protect, also from a left-wing position, we should protect the labour market from a bunch of cheap, illegal labour.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, we won't get into that too much. So yeah, he's going to, like you say, that's very interesting. So he's saying to her, right, keep quiet. Keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But keep quiet.
Keep quiet and carry on,
Right.
basically. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Now, there are two ghosts who may be making a comeback.
Ghosts. Christ.
Two relics haunting the Labour Party.
Churchill?
Not quite that old.
Right.
Wes Streeting and Angela Rayner, both of whom I'm told have done deals with Burnham. Now, I don't know what positions they're going to be given, but they are both going to be sitting at that top table. So
that's very interesting. So Wes Streeting, presumably, I mean, he's a real sort of climber, isn't he? He wouldn't want to go back.
He's a snake. He's a snake. Let's be frank.
Yeah.
Wes Streeting he's a slippery, slimy snake. Streeting. Wes Streeting. Yeah. He's, from what I gather, he's not particularly liked by many people in the Labour Party.
No. He's despised. I mean, he's sort of on the centre right of the party, which is waning, right? In a sort of, now that times are tough, no one's really in the centre right anymore. Everyone's kind of on the either end, pick your side.
Yeah.
He doesn't really appeal to either of them. You saw his leadership bid just collapsed, absolute dud. The man said he had the numbers.
Yeah.
If he had the numbers, he'd have pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't have the numbers. He couldn't find, never mind finding a Labour Party membership to vote for you. He couldn't find 70 bloody MPs. Right?
81.
81, sorry. Yeah. Well, couldn't manage that.
Yeah.
He couldn't manage 81 votes.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have gone to Burnham and been like, look, I'll keep out your hair. I won't bother trying.
Yeah.
So long as you, agree to give me a plum job. Maybe he goes back to health.
Maybe.
I mean, it seems like a bit pointless, right? To talk about making a lot of noise to go in a circle.
Yeah.
Right? Just kind of gone, I'm going to resign from Starmer's cabinet to try and challenge him, and I'm back in the same job again.
So one positive thing I'll say about Streeting is that he is a hard worker. I could see if Pat McFadden gets made Chancellor, I could see Streeting go into Department of Work and Pensions.
Interesting.
It's not a million miles away from what he was doing for health.
Yeah.
So I could see him doing that. It's a massive department. He'd have a lot of people underneath him, and he likes the power.
He does like the power. Although, do you remember when he was health secretary, he made this whole song and dance about tackling the junior doctor stuff and being like, we're not going to give you any money, blah, blah, blah. What do they do? Give him loads of money. Please don't strike. Please. He caved pretty damn quick.
He did.
So putting him in charge of DWP, what's going to happen? If that does happen, what will happen? Well, he'll come in saying, we're going to cut all these, benefits people that are like, I'm feeling a bit anxious this morning. I need to claim, £200 a week in PIP or whatever it might be. And I need a Motability car because otherwise I'll feel, terribly nervous walking down the street. So I need a Beamer. He'll be saying, we're going to get rid of all that, blah, blah, blah. 5 seconds later, when the party membership goes, you're a fascist or whatever it is they're saying about people who've got moderate sense these days. He'll go, oh, no, never mind. Yeah, sorry, I want to keep my plum job and my government car. So never mind. Yeah, all good. We're going to carry on. He's all talk, no trousers, that man.
Okay.
So Rayner.
Yes, Angela Rayner.
My problem with both of these two is they haven't really got much of a hand, have they? They haven't got much of a hand to play. Streeting has no job, right, and no base.
Yeah.
So what job can he ask for, really?
Well, I think with Streeting, his deal was done before Burnham was even running in Makerfield. I think that was done back in the Gorton and Denton days.
Right.
And with Rayner, she does have a lot of appeal for the left, and with the unions, they also like her. Look, she is her and Lisa Nandy. They are the faces of the North. This is the North Alliance. Nandy, Rayner, and your man Burnham. They're the Northerners. We're different to those ones down south. We like a bit of rough and tumble. We do. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a pint of ale and some gravy and chips. So I think
you're like a neutral in this fight because you're in the Midlands.
I'm in the Midlands. Yeah.
So you're like a South v North neutral.
You know what? Actually, if I'm honest, I do prefer the north of this country to the south. I do. I'm sorry. I do. I agree with Burnham in that power should be devolved back to the regions. I don't like it that London is where all the power is. I think it's good that he's going to have a pseudo number 10 in the north. I think that's good. Imagine Donald Trump flying in and he has to go to Manchester instead of London.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll hate it.
I'm sure he loves it. Yeah, Donald Trump in Piccadilly Gardens. Poor bloke. Donald Trump shaking hands with a crackhead. Look, I mean, I think you're right, actually. I think the devolution plan is a good idea. There should be more devolved power across the country. One thing or a couple problems we got with that. One, the South East produces most of the tax receipts, right? So there does have to be some power in the South and the South East. We're producing all the money. No offense, guys, but we're making all the dough, right? That's the brass tacks of the economy. It's all down here, basically. We're doing a lot of heavy lifting. And the second point is, have you ever seen local councillors?
Yes,
they are. If you think
we've got one in the office.
Not her. But I'm going to say this about other councillors. If you think our politicians in Westminster are a bad lot, a bunch of cretins who are ill-educated, terrible at their jobs, uninteresting, just poorly rounded people. Go meet a local councillor. Right? These guys are not the creme de la creme. So where the question is, if they devolve power, where are they going to find the talent? To run, I don't know, Manchester, to run Surrey, to run Kent, to run, where are they going to find these top talented people to make this all work and actually be trusted with devolved power? Well, I don't know. Rayner, back to Rayner. Where would she go? She can't go back to housing, right? After the Department of Housing.
Yeah, absolutely not.
After the whole council tax furor.
Education. Bridget Phillipson, she's going to get moved on. So maybe she goes to education.
Angela Rayner in charge of the nation's education.
Yeah, because it should be education and Minister for Women and Equalities.
Right.
Single mom.
Yeah.
Did it the hard way. Pulled herself up by the proper British stiff upper lip. Council kid who's done good. She knows what schools need because she's been through that school system. I think that's a shout.
Potentially, yeah. And she's more in line with the union, so she'd be more willing to. I mean, the problem Phillipson's had, right? You were telling me this earlier, is a lot of teachers leaving their jobs.
A lot of teachers have left the profession. And the attack on public schools, and so a few public schools have had to close down. And I guess Phillipson and co. saw this as, this is what we can do to the rich people. They shouldn't have to send their kids to a posh school. They should send them to a state school, which make our state schools better. But what she forgets is there's lots of parents, like our parents, working class parents, who will be working, whether your dad's a taxi driver and he's putting all his money into sending his kid to a public school. Those people were then suffering as well.
They're probably the people hardest hit. But with VAT charges being added, who's going to be hit the most? People who are just about managing to get their kids in. And like you say, I mean, you and I went to state schools, proper, right? But like both of our parents, if they'd had the money, to scrimp, they would have done it.
I mean, my parents sent me to a school that was an hour and a half bus journey every day.
Oh my
Just because it was there was no good schools in my area, so they sent me to an hour and a half bus journey there, hour and a half journey back.
God.
But it was still a state school, but that's the best we could come up with. So if my parents could have afforded to send me and my two siblings to a public school, they certainly would have done.
And like you said, she's caused a nightmare with all these sort of very left wing plans, and then she's trying to sort of. We saw it in Parliament. I won't go into it too much, but the sob stories, like, oh, how dare you pick on me for doing this? It's like, well, what have you done to children's lives, right? What have you done to... Anyway.
Angela Rayner.
Rayner could go in there, take over. The issue of teachers leaving, hand over fist, right? Loads of teachers leaving. Rayner will be someone who could get on top of that feasibly. She's very pally with the union. She'll give them whatever they want. Terrible for us again. Terrible for the public purse. But, she'll manage to keep that under control for now. But again, I don't know what card she holds, because she always had this whole scandal. Then she doesn't run, which I thought was a very strange decision from her.
She doesn't run because she didn't want to go against Burnham. And she went and met with Burnham several times behind closed doors. Beat him, I think. Anyway. Possibly. But
then she has no cards to hold. She's not a minister. She doesn't have a huge base behind. She's not run against him, so she hasn't got a base that he needs. She's just kind of there.
But the deal, if from what I'm hearing is correct, is the deal was, Andy, I'm not going to run. You run, and I will happily take a job in your cabinet, and I'll support you as best I can. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want one of these 5 jobs. That's the deal. And he shakes hands. Burnham is, despite what some people say about him, he seems to be a man of his word. So if he's made deals with Streeting and with with Angela Rayner prior,
Yeah.
and now he's going to be the Prime Minister. He's not now going to turn around to him and say, nah, I'm reneging on that. I don't need you now.
I bet you a fiver that he does exactly that. Man of his word. I've got a bridge outside to say. Couple hundred quid.
I think he knows that Wes Streeting and Angela Rayner could cause issues on the backbenches for him.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll keep them on side, and he'll give them some nice cushy gigs.
I think Rayner certainly could, and that's a very good point. I think Rayner certainly could, so he'll probably try and keep her in the tent. Streeting can be screwed over really easily. No one likes the guy. Right, he embarrassed himself. I mean, how bad? That was just cringe-worthy, that whole sort of in-out, shake it all about. Yeah, exactly. Last person on the list, Lord Hermer. Do you know Lord Hermer?
Yeah, I know Lord Hermer.
Mr. Chagos?
Yeah.
It's unclear. So from what I hear, it's very unclear what his future is. Obviously, he's a very, very experienced lawyer, which is never a good thing, by the way. You know,
was Hermer controlling Starmer, or was Starmer controlling Hermer?
I think Hermer was probably more controlling Starmer. Those two were really good friends, right? I don't know if it's a control thing. I think they're actually both. I think
they have the same ideology.
They're the same ideology.
Well,
right?
he's got to go then.
Keir Starmer's a human rights lawyer through and through, right?
Yeah.
He's that kind of guy. He was the guy
He's a
who stood
globalist.
up. He's a he's a globalist, dude. And Hermer, the same. Thing is with Hermer, he might keep him in post because he's an experienced lawyer and maybe to keep some of the Starmerite faction happy. But that man is a ticking time bomb. I would actually say, to be honest, one of the most sinister men in cabinet.
Really?
One of the most sinister people in cabinet. I think his worldview, his motives are actually quite disgusting. And I think he's a ticking time bomb for Burnham. Because if he does stuff like Chagos, right, that is how much that derailed. We saw it firsthand, you know, how much that whipped up discontent against Starmer, that Chagos deal, which is still just a complete mystery to anyone with sense.
Yeah.
The Americans briefing against it, saying it's a terrible idea.
Lord Hermer, for me, I think he's far too closely aligned to Starmer and what will soon be the memory of Starmer. Anyone who is that closely aligned to Starmer has to go.
Yeah.
They've got to go. So I think Hermer will be replaced. Gotta go. Hermer will be replaced. It's only a matter of time. I think of all of this bloodbath, the two people who have to go the most, Rachel Reeves and Hermer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Starmer through and through. So see you later. But that's it. That is the bloodbath. This is our world exclusive, our British exclusive. So tell your friends about it. Share the video. Comment, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. Some of you have been doing it. I've been noticing our star rating going up on Spotify.
It's very helpful.
So thank you to those of you who have already done the rating. And again, if you're one of them people who gets these phone calls, the spam phone calls, the spam emails, incognito, there's a link below. Click through. It takes 2 minutes. Sign up, 60% off. And those calls, those emails will stop because mine have stopped. And I used to get a lot of them. Fingers crossed and prayers for James and his blue pills.
If you forgot something, you absolute dozer. Hit the hype button.
Oh, yes.
Hit the hype button. Push us up the feed. You know, gets ahead of Sky News. Christ.
Right. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Everything is digital now, isn't it? Your money, your photos, even your loyalty card at the coffee shop. So there's something quietly brilliant about owning one thing that isn't on a screen. Real gold bullion. The weight of it, the shine, it's just a lovely thing to hold. The Pure Gold Company, which was voted the UK's best gold broker, makes owning physical gold really simple. Tax-free gold coins from the Royal Mint with friendly one-to-one guidance from your first question to final delivery. There's no jargon, no pressure, no call centre queues. It's insured to your door or stored in a secure professional vault. So visit the Pure Gold Company today and tell them JJ sent you.